Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm William Heinman, your host, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job, or they just really pooch screw it up. Hey, guys, this one here is coming to us, and it's about a officer that was put on the Brady list, but his sergeant wasn't when it was his sergeant that caused the problem in the first place. Talk about thin blue line cover up. Oh, here we go again. You know, this just gets so tiring. And to make it worse is the taxpayers paid out $750,000 to settle the court case. Why doesn't it come out of these scumbags' pension funds? That's what I want to know. Why aren't these buttheads paying for this instead of the taxpayers? This is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Thank you very much for getting me to 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate it very much. If you can, please hit the subscription icon. Thumbs up, thumbs down says how I do for you. Hit the like and share because it helps my algorithms, which are all whacked off right now because I was sick. And now I'm back down to double digits. It's like, oh, God, I don't understand this. But whatever. We will muddle through it the way we do everything else. You know, yeah. Let's get this started, guys.
We continue now our special Lighthouse series, Duty to Disclose.
We are going back to the tasing and arrest of Sterling Brown, who was a Milwaukee Bucks player at the time.
Taser, taser, taser!
Just one Milwaukee police officer, Eric Andrade, was put on the Brady list following the arrest that made national headlines.
The Brady list is a list of officers with alleged credibility concerns due to past accusations of crimes, bias, untruthfulness, and other integrity concerns. Tonight, Sterling Brown's lawyer is raising questions about why a sergeant did not make the list.
He helped orchestrate the takedown of Sterling Brown, and he was a sergeant. Absolutely more culpable and guilty than Andrade.
Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan takes those concerns to the district attorney.
How you doing? You got a driver's license?
Body camera footage takes us back to 2018.
Can't get another squad here.
When a Milwaukee police officer found a car parked across handicapped spots at a Southside Walgreens.
I own this right here. You don't own me though.
The officer approached Sterling Brown to ask why he parked there.
And you parked across two?
Within minutes, several officers respond to the scene.
I just wanted one.
One of those officers was Sergeant Jeffrey Krieger. He's seen here shining a flashlight in Brown's car.
I got stuff in my hand.
A short time later, he grabbed Brown's arm, leading to the takedown
Brown!
and tasing of Brown while he was on the ground.
Taser, taser, taser!
During an internal affairs interview, Krieger was asked to explain why things escalated so quickly.
He got really agitated with me looking into his vehicle, and now I see this gun.
During a deposition in court,
Now, you just heard him say, I saw a gun. This is a sergeant, supposed to be in charge, saying he saw a gun.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so be God?
I do. This is a gun?
Brown civil rights attorney Mark Thompson questioned Sergeant Krieger about what he claimed he saw.
Did I read it right?
You read it correctly.
Wasn't true.
Oh, it was, yeah, that I did not see a gun.
Police records showed.
Did we just hear what he just said? I did not see a gun? Oh, you mean he lied? Under oath? No. In a deposition, he lied? Come on. He wouldn't do that. He's a boy in blue. You know, that's why these morons get away with this crap.
Targets with bullet holes in them were inside the vehicle, but there was no gun.
It was my belief that he was armed or possibly armed after seeing the targets in his car.
For his role in the Sterling Brown arrest, MPD records show Sergeant Krieger was suspended for 10 days as the department determined he failed to be a role model.
So if you never saw a gun, why are you telling Internal Affairs that you saw a gun, sir?
I must have misspoke and nobody caught it.
Nobody makes that kind of mistake. Not a sergeant with all the experience in the world. What he knew is he had to have sufficient threat to justify what he did to Mr. Brown.
The arrest never resulted in charges for Brown. The city paid him $750,000 to settle a civil lawsuit.
59 as the committee report is adopted.
We're revisiting this story.
Yeah, out of taxpayers' money. Why doesn't it come out of these scumbags' pension funds?
Because we're investigating Milwaukee County's Brady list. An officer can be placed on the list for past accusations of crimes, bias, untruthfulness, and other integrity concerns. Their Brady violation has to be turned over to defense attorneys if they're called to testify.
The reason I'm concerned about Krieger is when the sergeant who's supervising is able to say to the Internal Affairs a lie and everybody knows it's a lie and keeps their job, what message does that send institutionally?
During our joint interview in January with Milwaukee County's top criminal justice leaders,
if someone wants to bring to us a concern, we'll take a look at it.
District Attorney Kent Lovern says Sergeant Krieger doesn't belong on the Brady list.
People make misstatements. People have misperceptions. People have a perception about one thing that when they think about it later realize they were incorrect about. That doesn't mean those were dishonest statements.
Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman declined to comment on the issue.
I don't talk about specific cases with bits and pieces, especially not being a part of that particular investigation.
Krieger never.
So we have another cover-up by the Attorney General and the police chief. But, you know, this guy acts like this, and we expect anything different from the police chief? No. Once a scumbag, leaders are scumbags.
Responded to my interview request. MPD said it wouldn't allow him to talk about the case. Ultimately, 11 officers were disciplined or retrained after the tasing and arrest of Brown.
I'm held to a higher standard. I get that.
Eric Andrade was fired and put on the Brady list after he made racially insensitive posts about the incident on social media.
They pulled up a bunch of stuff from Facebook, made me out to be a racist.
You know, I would disagree with our DA on this question of Krieger.
Thompson thinks it's unacceptable that Krieger wasn't included as well.
When you say that to the Internal Affairs, you're saying, here is my factual assertion on why I had reasonable suspicion to take down and attack Sterling Brown. To me, that is much, much more egregious than Andrade's after-the-fact posts and his violations of social media.
But cops lie all the time. The Supreme Court says they can do that.
I would believe Andrade before I would Krieger.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
TMJ4's investigation into Milwaukee County's Brady list was made possible thanks to our partnership with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and Wisconsin Watch.
If you would like to watch our previous reporting and see our full database of the Brady list, you can head to tmj4.com/lighthouse, or you can scan this QR code that is up on your screen right now. And that's where you can also find all of our investigations and Lighthouse exclusive.
Okay, guys. So, you know, these are public servants. They got caught lying. The prosecutor or the head guy, district attorney, won't do anything about it. The police chief has his head so far up his ass. He, you know, when he coughs, it comes out his mouth. You know, it just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. You know, and why we allow this to go on. You know, it needs to start coming out of these guys' pension funds. It's that simple. Guys, remember, always film the police because they're not your friends.